Please don't skip. Please don't skip. I have something to share with you.
So the original Bible was written so many years ago before the slave trade Bible. That is the Negro Bible.
Kind Revelation 21:21. Or say,
let me take you aback. Simon the Cyrenian, who helped Jesus to carry the cross, was an African.
In sorrow, he's my comfort. In trouble, he's my stay. He tells me.
There are so many people who do not really believe in the Bible. So many people are speaking ill against Christianity, especially African agnostic and atheists and skeptics. Most of them are saying that Christianity was not part of Africans, and therefore it was the white people. But most of the times we base our argument from the 14th century to the 18th century during the slavery. But we do not go back from the 1st century to maybe the 10th century. And that is the main reason why we do lack some knowledge concerning Christianity, and we argue in a way we call argumentum ad ignorantium. If you check out this, when the Church of Christ was established, when Christianity began, there came a point within the 1st century when the Roman Empire was ruling, and they had provinces across the whole world. And at that time, emperors were persecuting these Christians. And out of their persecutions, there was one emperor I would like us to discuss about. His name was Septimius Severus, and he reigned within 193 to 211 AD. Now, Septimius Severus persecuted, please, if you get time, you read. Type Septimius. Let me spell it on the screen. Yes, Septimius Severus. And this emperor, who was a Roman emperor and part of those emperors persecuting Christians, he extended his persecution to even North Africa. So it means that there were Christians in Africa. There were Christians within the 1st century. There were blacks who were Christians. Now, let's proceed in this. Where was North Africans, and who were the North Africans? Under the reign of Emperor Septimius Severus in 193 to 211 AD, the modern concept of countries as we know them did not exist in Africa. Instead, Africa was divided into various kingdoms, tribes, and Roman provinces. Roman Empire controlled part of North Africa at that time, including provinces like Africa Proconsularis, that is roughly modern-day Tunisia and part of Libya, Numidia, part of Algeria, Mauritania Kaisarensis, and Mauritania Tingitana, and that is modern Algeria and Morocco. Egyptus, Egypt. And beyond Roman control, there were powerful African kingdoms and civilizations such as Kush, centered in modern Sudan, Aksum in present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, various Berber kingdoms and tribes across the Sahara. Now, if you check out this, you see, I am trying to take us back to the 1st century, African countries. I'm a Ghanaian, and I want us to do something right now. Wherever you are, I want you to go to Google, go to good search engines, and type about your country. Where was Ghana under Emperor Septimius Severus? We know that he was a Roman emperor. He persecuted Christians, and he extended his persecution across the globe and even in North Africa. So Christians that were in North Africa, they were also persecuted. So as a Ghanaian, I want us to check something. Ghana under Emperor Septimius Severus, where were we? All right, you search. But that is my search. During the reign of Emperor Septimius Severus, the area known as Ghana was not called by that name. The time the region was part of the ancient Ghana Empire, also known as Ouagadougou. But this empire did not fully emerge until around the 4th to 6th centuries AD, after Severus' reign. In the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, the region was inhabited by various ethnic groups and smaller kingdoms, with trade routes already developing across the Sahara. And these early societies laid the foundation for the rise of the Ghana Empire, which would later become a powerful trading state known for its wealth in gold dealing. So if you check out this, you can see that even Ghana, we were also at the north there. If you read it and you exegete well, if you interpret it well, you can see that we were also over there. And we were part of those in various and other countries, you see, and in different kingdoms. So we move from different tribes and we converge here. You got it? I want us to go and check Ouagadougou. Ouagadougou, also known as Ghana Empire, was located in the north. Was located where? In the north. So Ghanaians, we were in the north. So Ouagadougou, also known as Ghana Empire, was located in the north, but not in the area of modern day Ghana. Please, we were not here. We were somewhere. All right. It was situated in what is now southeastern Mauritania, western Mali, and part of Senegal. So this is where we were. Okay, we are continuing. The empire's capital is often identified as Kumbi Sali, which was a major center for trade and governance. The Ghana Empire thrived by controlling important trans-Saharan trade, dealing in gold, salt, and other goods, making it incredibly well and influential. So if you check out, Mauritania was in the North Africa. Mali stretches from northwest to West Africa. Senegal, firmly in West Africa along the Atlantic coast. So when we talk about the Ghana Empire, the Ouagadougou, it was northwest, and modern Ghana is southwest and in West Africa. So if you check out this, Africans, Ghana, and so many other countries, we were all at the north over there. Okay? And we were not, so during maybe persecution, war, and so many other tribal war and the red ethnic war and the rest, made us to be running and be converging at one place, this running, be converging at that place, and then we became different nations. But the point is, if you go back from the 1st century to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th century, blacks were Christians. Somebody will say, okay, how comes that then later on we were not Christians? You see, as we keep on preaching the gospel right now, there are people who are accepting and there are people who are rejecting. At that time, when persecution was on, emperors were killing and persecuting Christians. There were so many countries that stopped Christianity. And that's why in the later on, when United States was established, there was a restoration movement over there. But at that time in Europe, there were some churches of Christ over there. Christians were there, but they secretly were worshiping. So Africans, maybe during the persecution, stopped worshiping as Christians, and they went on a different way to serve the smaller gods. And as time goes on, as God has made it that we all have to get salvation through some other beings, somebody will say that the slave masters came, yes, within the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18th century probably. And they came with their Negro Bible. I made a video about the Negro Bible. They didn't come with the original Bible. They took some portions in the original Bible and made misinterpreted scriptures for their business. So when we are dealing with the slave masters and then their persecution and the dungeon staffs and their slave trade, it was business they came to do. But when we talk about the original Bible, we get the fact from it. Please, don't let anybody deceive you. When Christianity began, Africans were Christians. Black were Christians. There was no Ghana in this present time, this location. There was no Ivory Coast within that location. Nigeria, please. Wherever you are listening to me, I want you to also start searching. We are talking about Septimius Severus within the 1st to the 2nd century. I want you to search yourself, Septimius Severus, and where was my country under this emperor? And it will give you a brief history about it. God richly bless you, please. If you're an African, don't be deceived. Jesus is for everybody, and he's coming to judge both the living and the dead. But I would like to leave with you this Bible verse. In Acts chapter number 1 and verse number 8, we read, "But you shall receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be witnesses to me in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and to the end of the earth." So Christianity spread across the globe. Don't forget, Jesus was not a white man. If you go to US, America, if you go to Britain, if wherever, Spain, wherever you go, if you ask them that was Jesus a white man, they will even tell you that no, he was not a white man. Jesus was a Jew. Jews are not white. If you want to see their colors, probably like this. When we are talking about white, your dictionary will define white for you, please. The white men didn't bring any Bible to deceive anybody. But the slave masters, when they came for their business, and they didn't come with the original Bible, but the slave Bible. But within the first, second, third century, Africans, blacks, we were Christians. But the present settlement of our location right now was different. Most of us, we were living in the north. And that is why we do locate ourselves from Egypt, Algeria, Mauritania, and the rest. God richly bless you. My name is Peter Polley. In case you have any comment, please comment, give me in the comment section, and I will give you a reply. Thank you.
So the original Bible was written so many years ago, before the slave trade Bible. That is the Negro Bible.
Kind Revelation 21:21. Or say,
Let me take you aback. Simon the Cyrenian, who helped Jesus to carry the cross, was an African.
In sorrow he's my comfort, in trouble he's my stay. He tells